Hello everyone, welcome to another iRacing video, and we are jumping straight into qualifying 1, and I will show you this lap because it was actually pretty decent, to be fair, unlike the other day where it wasn't. But we go into turn 1, enter nice and wide, down to third, and then down to second for the right-hander. Up into third gear, staying tight, and then hitting this apex and running all the way out to the edge of the circuit. Fourth gear, shifting at 140 kilometers per hour, and then coming up over this little crest and down the back straight. And we are braking just as the curb starts into second gear. We slightly missed the curb, but it's not too bad. And up into third gear. We don't want to use all the track on entry, so we save a little bit to minimize distance. Second gear and full power as early as possible up into third, and we go across the line to set a lap time of a 1:17.5, I believe it is. So not too bad for
1:17.5 is not too shabby.
As I say, not too bad, and we'll jump straight on to the race now. So lights are there. 4 red lights, and it's lights out and away we go. Green, 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 as the engineer says, and we're off to a decent start actually. Nobody's got the jump on us, and we're just gonna hold the inside into turn 1 just to make sure no one goes for a silly dive bomb, or not, because someone is right there. So we'll leave him the space and he just goes straight on. So thank you very much for just letting me back through again. Very nice of you. And as always, we'll show you the whole of the first lap. And because that guy went straight on, I think it might have caused some carnage behind, because we've got a very big gap now to second place. And that's very good, because that's exactly what we need. Just not get caught up in any incidents. I mean, we lose the rear ourselves, and second place isn't that far away from us anymore. But we're not in any crashes, which is the main part, because not being in crashes and not getting incident points helps your safety rating to get out of rookie class. That is the main goal. We want to get out of rookie class because people are always crashing and smashing into each other. So that's why we want to get out. But this race was actually very boring, but I did completely dominate. I lead every single lap of the race until the last lap, and yeah, it was very smooth, very minimal mistakes. And I don't bottle it like last time where I spun on the penultimate corner. So, first race of the day is a win. 0 incident points. And, yeah, 0 mistakes.
What a race, man. Completely dominated that one. Yeah, why did they bother to show up? That was perfect.
So yeah,
and I didn't get any incident points, which will really help my safety rating too.
Very good race, as I say, and we are on to the second qualifying session. Now, spoiler alert, this race doesn't go like the first one, let's just say that. But I'll show you both qualifying laps this time, just so then you can get a better idea of the circuit. So I'll commentate on both of them. So down to third, down to second. Actually, quite a decent exit out of that one. Up into third gear. coming down the little hill, I suppose, and then up into 4th, going up the crest, minimizing distance, and coming down the back straight. Not a bad lap so far. And then we brake for this corner and lose the rear, so that doesn't really help us. And then we go into neutral as well, just for good measure. So we kind of screwed it up on that corner. And for the last corner, not actually that bad. Pretty decent, and if we hadn't have made those mistakes, we probably would have gotten pole position. So it's unfortunate, but let's move on to the next lap. 4th gear, flying along down the straight, going as fast as physically possible, missing that first curb there and hitting on this one and this next one, and shifting down into 2nd gear. Again, like the previous lap, got a really nice exit out of this turn 1, basically. And turn 2 was pretty nice as well. Up into 4th gear, riding that curb, just so then I can get hooked round it. And again, as I keep on saying, minimize distance. Braking just at the start of this curb here. We get a decent run out of that, to be fair. Not going to neutral this time, thank God. And we are going to be ending the lap here. Down into 2nd. We get the rear a bit slidey, which is annoying. It kind of ruins our run in qualifying. But to be honest, that lap was quite under the limit as well. I could have definitely gone a lot faster than I did. So it's a bit of a shame. But overall, 3rd place isn't too bad.
Screwed up on both my laps.
And yeah, I did screw up on both laps, but
we'll just get our head down.
Not too bad.
Which I'm going to skip to now.
So I do my transition, but 4 red lights, and it's lights out and away we go. Green, green, green. Let's go. And we get a pretty average start, I'd say. It wasn't horrible, but it wasn't great either. I think that's 2nd place up my inside, so we'll just stick behind him and see if they make a mistake, because they probably will, because we are in rookie class. And he does go a bit wide there, so we go into the empty space. He quite aggressively cuts us off, so he doesn't want us to get past here. But we'll still hold it round the outside, and we'll keep on going. So braking into here. We turn in slightly later to run him out of road, and we get the position. So we are up into 2nd place now. So pretty good, pretty good. And we are chilling, because 1st place, I don't know if you saw, but he went a little bit wide there, and we're going to try and stick to him as much as possible. So I'm going to skip to later on in this race, where I'm right behind him, and going into the final corner, he uses all the track, which isn't a good idea, and he spins it, and we've gone straight into him, which is gonna ruin our race, as you'll see later on. So we've got damage as well, and our straight line speed was absolutely shocking for this race as well. It just really ruined our race, and we're gonna have 3 cars just absolutely fly past us here because of our damage and our poor exit because we smashed right into him. And this guy just doesn't leave me any room at all. He doesn't leave me any room. And we make another bit of contact for... Well, there's been 2 bits of contact that haven't been my fault at all. First one, the guy spun into me. And the second one, the guy just pushed me off, basically. Just didn't leave me any room, anywhere to go. And yeah, it's a massive shame how this is turning out. Definitely not like the first race, for sure. But these 2 ahead are battling, and we'll show you what happens later on, which I've skipped to now, actually. And they're coming down the back straight. They're pulling alongside. I have a feeling that there's going to be a crash. The guy locks up, and there has been a crash, and he just ghosts and comes back to reality. So, again, a very unavoidable crash there. Nothing I can really do. So I've been in 3 incidents. 1 more, and I'll get disqualified from the race for crashing into people, but none of them have been my fault. Which is a huge shame. So we're gonna just try and get past this guy here.
None of this is my fault either. Like, it's just a shame that these guys can't drive properly.
So yeah, we get past that guy.
Screw up my safety rating as well.
And yeah, as I say, it's gonna really screw up our safety rating because we're getting in incidents. Even though they're not our fault, we're still getting into those incidents, so it will mess up our safety rating, so it will take longer to get out of rookie class, which we really need to get out of. But skipping ahead,
time I left the guy so much space,
and there's yellow flags, and the guy just accelerates into me, and I've been disqualified because I've got into another incident.
Oh my God.
Absolutely fuming.
I've been disqualified for crashes that aren't my fault every single time.
So, absolutely shocking race there.
You're actually having a laugh. Every single time it hasn't been my fault. And I've just, oh my God. Well, on that really disappointing note, I'll see